Good afternoon, YouTube. My name is Brandon, and today we're going to be taking apart a welder and trying to diagnose some problems, so stick around. Welcome back, guys. For those of you that are following along on the beginner welder series, last week, which would have been episode 2, I was having some difficulty striking rods, or more specifically, keeping the rod lit. Well, viewers that saw this had made some comments that were super helpful. One person actually said, and you know who you are, I'm not going to mention your names, but I know who you are too, out of your privacy. But one of my viewers had said that the rods can remain wet and they should be able to dry right out. One of my other viewers said, did you check over the machine to see if there was a problem there? Well, these are all great comments, and that's why I love this community, and that's why I like sharing information. And it got me to thinking, I did have a problem with the welder during that episode. Now, if you haven't seen episode 2, check that out, and you'll see where I was having some problems. I still think some of it might have been the rods, but I think a lot of it was the welder. And what was happening is, while I was welding with it, the amperage lever was dropping down. So to be more clear, if I set the amperage at 120, it's not a dial like a lot of them, it's a lever, and I'll show you that here in a second. If you set the level at, say, 120 amps, while I was using it, it was creeping the amperage down, and then I'd look over and it would be at 90 when I was done. So let's put the welder up on the bench here behind me. We'll pull off the cover and we'll look it over and see what we can do. But before we get too far into it, I gotta go get a drink. I'm drier than a broiled owl. When this is all the way down, it's on minimum amperage. And then when you lift the handle up, okay, so that hits the top of the case right there. But that's, okay, so you see this arm right here? How that's flush with the top? Well, look where the amperage setting's at. It's only at 180. So for me to go up to 230, or to max it out, this is above the top of the machine. So something is bent or not right. Hopefully, oh, look at this. This is kind of worn out too. Look at that. Right in here. When I pull the handle on the front, I get it. It loosens that up. And then there's an adjustment spring here. That's why we have a comment section. I'm sure I've got some guys on here that have taken these welders apart before and they know more about it than myself. So you see how, so that's maxed out, and you see what that does up top. And then when I squeeze this, I'm going to push down. See, and it's not going all the way down. See, I feel like even though the handle on this side is all the way down, that this side isn't as low as it should be to lower the amperage. Which makes sense, because watch when I raise it up. So I raise it up, up, and now right there, that would be hitting the top cover, and I'm only at 180 amps. For me to get max, so I don't know. This definitely has something to do with it though, because look at, like I said, guys, this thing has, I would say, hundreds of hours of use on it. I don't know. I wish I knew a little bit more about what I was doing. Maybe I'll look up in Google and see if that helps anything. But if you guys have any suggestions on what I'm doing wrong here, please chime in and give me a hand. Before I can really figure out exactly what is going on here, I need to secure at least this plate. and let me give you in a real close-up of what's going on here. Alright, so you can see this spring is putting all kinds of pressure this way on that plate. So it's actually wallowed out that hole. You can see the edge of the hole there and the edge of the hole there. So what I'm going to try to do is get this pulled together, back in alignment, and see what that does for us. And then after that, if it's still doing it, I really don't know. Maybe you guys can give me some suggestions to see where I need to go next. But let's try to do that. I'm going to try to get this pulled in and maybe try to drill this out and maybe drill the other one out and put a bolt or something through it and see how that works. I got a little piece of metal here, and I got this is really the only piece of wood that I had was an old brush. So, and I got an old brush on this side. So let's, I'll turn this down. Oh yeah, look. It's starting to close that up. Oh yeah. Wow, I'm getting a lot of movement in there. So these were spread out pretty far. So we're getting back to where they used to be before they were wallowed out. Oh yeah, I bet that's all that was wrong with this. Maybe, I don't know. Wishful thinking. Alright, so looks like we're back to where the holes used to be. Let's go, let me go get a drill. We'll try to drill this out. Found these little screws in my bolt bin. Most of us have them, right? You guys probably have one. You guys probably have a little assorted screw bin at home or whatever. If you don't, you probably should. Or maybe you've got maybe you've got too many. Looks like I got to work on sharpening some drill bits. I'm really not that good at sharpening drill bits. That's a skill I need to. It's a skill I need to work on. I can do it. I'm just not that fast. I watch some of these other guys do it, and you know, just comes so easy to them. It's probably kind of like, you know, anyone who's ever done drywall, the guys who do it for a living, they make it look so easy. And then you go to pick up some, you know, you go to your big box store, you got a little bit of drywall to do, and you're like, oh yeah, that'll be real easy. No, it's not. The pros that do drywall just make it look so easy. They make it almost look like anybody could do it, but you can't. Alright, so let's see. Let's get a wrench. We'll snug this thing up. Alright guys, so that did have something to do with it. Look how loose these rivets are. And that rivet right there. And you know how I know that it had something to do with it? Because this now is not all the way up to the top. It's not to 230 yet, but it's definitely not at 180. And this handle in this plunger goes up and down much easier than it did. So this is my thoughts now. You can still see it needs to be pulled together some more. I drill out these rivets, okay, pull it together, again under tension like we just did. Then I drill all the rivets out. I drill the holes a little bit bigger so that it all fits pretty snug, and then I put in a larger shank all the way through on all of them and see what that does. I think that maybe that'll fix it. I don't know. Well, maybe I'll just leave the thing and hope for the best. I don't know. All right, let's try it out. What was that? What was that? I wasn't watching. Did you guys see what just happened? Definitely moved. Oh, that little poofing sound that we heard? That would be that bolt right there touched that coil. I had, when I pulled this bolt out right here and put a new bolt in it, it touched that transformer coil down there. That's what that little... She was trying to let the smoke out, but it didn't. Well, guys, I don't know. It seems to be doing the exact same thing as it was when we started. I thought for sure maybe doing those rivets would help things, but maybe not. So if you guys know what's wrong with it, maybe leave me some comments down in the comment section to help me out maybe. Other than that, maybe I'm going to be welder shopping. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day. If this is something that you like, please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram. That links will be down in the description. Have a good day. See ya.